Number one talaga is file on time. Very critical, April 30th. Please, before this, mag-file na kayo ng tax. Don't wait for April 30th.
Yeah.
Ang rule lang naman dyan ay i-gather nyo yung mga documents. Pag meron na kayo lahat-lahat, be truthful. Good morning, fam!
Action 5.
It's the start of the week. And you say good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, so hatid lang natin si Kuya Davan. Hatid na namin si Lianica actually. So very excited na kami kasi malapit na ang April. And we're going to have a trip soon. So at least makakapagbakasyon din. So let's go, Kuya. We're going to start walking na. And good morning everyone. Maayong adlaw, maayong gabi sa inyong tanan dira sa Pilipinas. Let's have a blessed weekend ahead. See you later. So ayun, let's start our day again. Kanina nag-record na ako pagsundo kay Davon, or paghatid rather, kay Davon. So ngayon, susunduin na naman natin ang ating anak. And I'm just waiting for Donna if siya lang ang magdadrive or magdadala din ba ako ng sasakyan. Kasi it's again a nice weather here in Calgary. It's around 4 degrees. So medyo mainit na. Kung tiga Pilipinas, sabihin natin 4 degrees, so medyo mainit na, medyo weird siya pakinggan. But yes, again, nagma-minus 25, minus 30 dito sa amin. So, medyo mainit na of 4 degrees. So anyway, dito lang tayo. Antay lang natin si Donna whether magda-drive ba ako or hindi. So yun, nag-confirm na si Mommy. Nalakad na lang daw ako. So, maglalakad tayo. It's just 2 minutes away. So sobrang lapit lang. Yan. Ito yung nilalakaran natin lagi. So video ko ulit pag nandun na. Malapit na kay Kuya Davon. See ya! And andito na kami. Ayan na si Mommy. And that's my Kuya Davon. And this is Daddy. So let's go. And hatid na natin si Kuya Davon sa school niya. Pa-lunch time na actually. And I just want you guys to see. Yeah, it's sunny. And I think I could confirm it's already spring here in Calgary. Yeah. Spring na sa Calgary. Ganda niyan pag tumubo kasi green na green yung ano. And then pwedeng paglaruan ng mga kids. So tara. Actually I'm very busy pero gusto ko lang talagang tumayo din. So yan, I have 3 screens for my work. Then akyat tayo kasi nagpe-prepare na din ako ng lunch for today. Na-nap na si Mommy sa taas. Buksan natin ang ilaw. And there you go. Lunch for today would be fried liempo. So pinapalambot ko lang siya. And ang nilagay ko lang actually is salt, pepper, garlic, and then bay leaf. Yung parang timpla ko pag gusto ko ng fried liempo. Maya mag-work din si Mommy with other stuff. So busy ang Alba Fam Bam actually. Then, this is the view. Pag silip mo naman dito sa aming window or balcony. And that's it. So, tingnan lang natin ulit ang... Oh, I have my phone here. I left my phone upstairs. So, balik na tayo sa office. And let's get moving. Kasi, para makapag-lunch na. Actually, full pack pa ang meetings ko this afternoon. So, right. See you later, fam. Hey fam, and welcome back! Kasama ko si Donna ngayon and kakagising lang actually nito. And kakakain lang din namin kasi lunch break pa.
Yep.
So, since I was doing our taxes over the last week and might as well share to you guys kung ano yung mga pin-repair ko, kung ano yung mga kailangan talaga. And this is very relevant dun sa mga newcomers din that just landed in Canada and also yung mga temporary workers nating mga kababayan. So, para may idea tayo kung paano. Kasi when we started, this is one of the challenges actually.
Yeah.
Hindi namin alam kung paano should we file.
Yeah.
Kakadating lang namin nung, for example, September and then the next year, should we file it? Ano yung mga tanong? And ayun, so may mga questions kami na parang nasagot namin through experience. So, i-share namin dito.
Kasi ang experience namin sa tax sa Singapore is once a year lang. And then, nagpa-file ng tax is yung company namin, which magbabayad na lang kami at the end of the year or at the tax paying season.
Yeah.
So, wala talaga kaming idea how to file a tax.
Correct.
So, si Lawrence naman na nag-asikaso na lahat. So, he knows it.
Yeah.
So, he will guide you through.
Yeah. And I think the same tax activities happens sa Pilipinas pati dito sa Canada. Ikaw kasi nagpa-file ng tax. Pero kasi sa tagal na panahon na nasa Singapore kami, medyo spoiled kami doon at magbabayad ka na lang.
Yeah.
So the government would just say, okay, this is the tax due for you this year. Okay, bayad ka lang. And then that's it.
Yeah.
Nasa company na. Parang magsasabi lang sila na ito yung tax mo.
Yeah.
And then that's it. Magbabayad ka lang. One-time
Once
payment.
a year, yeah.
One-time payment.
One-time
Or
payment
gusto mo
lang.
ng planned payment. So I think it's also the same as with Canada na may one-time lump sum payment and then planned payment. But anyway, let's go back to the topic. So, part 1 is do's and don'ts of tax filing in Canada. So, number 1 talaga is file on time. So, kung maisip nyo ngayon ko siya ginagawa kasi it's March. It's close to end of March. And ang due ng tax filing sa Canada, if you're an employee, is on April 30th. And if you're a business or pag may business naman kayo, it's on June 15th.
More
Okay?
time, no?
More time.
siya.
And if hindi nyo ginawa to, magkakaroon kayo ng penalty.
Yeah.
So, very critical. April 30th, please, before this, mag-file na kayo ng tax. Don't wait for April 30th.
Yeah.
Okay? Number 2 is gather all the documents. So, pinaka-popular niyan, T4, employment income yun. So, yun yung ibibigay sa inyo ng company, pa-provide sa inyo yun ng company as a T4 slip, kung tawagin. So, lahat ng companies na pinagtrabahuan nyo, manghingi na kayo kung hindi pa nila nabibigay. Kasi required yun. I think it's even required na kailangan ibigay ng company to by end of February.
Yeah.
Or basta start ba ng February, kailangan na nilang ibigay ito. So, ang next naman na ipaprepare nyo or igagather nyo ay ang T5 slip, which is also your investment income. So, kung may mga investments kayo, may dividends, and everything else under the sun na nagka-income kayo, aside from your employment income, T5 slip yan, i-gather nyo din yan. So, next point naman is the RRSP contributions. So, kailangan nyo itong i-gather. So, either galing sa Wealthsimple na RRSP, kung gumawa kayo ng Wealthsimple, it's a third-party software, or Questrade, yung isang popular din RRSP account. Yung iba kasing mga companies may tied up din sa mga
Manulife sa
insurance companies. So sa case ni Donna is
It's
Manulife.
Manulife.
So dun pumapasok yung RRSP nila. Ano nga ba ang RRSP? It's your Registered Retirement Savings Plan. So ito yung mga pera na iniipon natin.
Para sa retirement
pag-retire natin, meron tayo. The next is child care expenses. Family kayo and meron kayong mga anak, may mga tuition fees to and everything else under the sun. Please gather nyo yon. Usually nagbibigay yung mga child care providers nyo nito.
Yeah.
So by end of February, early March, meron na dapat kayong slip na nagdi-detail kung ano yung binabayad nyo per month per kid.
Yeah.
So isasama nyo to sa tax filing.
Yeah. For example, sa amin kasi may 2 kids kami, which is nagde-daycare sila. So, meron kaming childcare expenses na pwedeng i-file as refund for the tax.
Next is the medical expenses. So dito medyo malabo to based on my understanding kasi meron silang itemized section for
Kung ano
all
lang
the medical
included.
expenses. So ang sabi na lang ng accountant namin or yung nagpe-prepare ng tax namin is anything that's related to medical, i-include nyo, ako na lang ang bahala.
Yeah.
Na mag-segregate kung ano yung valid, kung ano yung hindi. Pero kung meron kayong very clear na definition ng medical expenses and ma-identify nyo naman at kung kayo lang ang gagawa mag-isa using the accountant tools na approved ng CRA, say TurboTax or Wealth Simple Tax, then you could.
Yeah.
By all means. Kasi clear naman kayo dun sa medical expense na to. Last is charitable donations. So yung mga donations natin sa charities as well as I think kasama dito ang mga donations dun sa mga religious organizations natin.
Sa church.
Sa church and also kasama yun. And
Yeah.
for sure yung mga organizations na yun ay nagpo-provide din ng slip for that. So i-include nyo yun. Third part is claim all eligible deductions and credits.
Yeah.
So for our kababayans there that has the Canada Workers Benefit, for low-income earners, you can claim this as well as deduction or credit. Okay? And then second point is the childcare expenses. Siyempre, kung may mga kids and what we've said, doon kanina, yung mga tuition fees, siguro pati yung mga school supplies. See, next point ay tuition tax credit
Yeah.
for students. So, yung mga nag-international student dyan,
Like me.
like Donna, in-include namin at that time
Yes.
yung tuition fee credit namin.
So, binigay lang namin sa accountant namin lahat ng T4 din ata yung
T4.
T4 din yung
for
para
the
sa tuition.
fees. Yeah.
So, yung sa school ko, humingi lang ako para sa tax, then you just print out and give to your accountant.
And then the next point is moving expenses if you relocated for work or school. Magsasubmit kami nito kasi nag-relocate kami from BC to Alberta kasi because of Donna's work naman, dito
Yeah.
naman siya nag-work. So since may moving cost doon,
Pwede nyo din siyang isama sa...
pwede niyo din siyang isama.
Yeah,
But then again, yung calculation na yun ay bahala na ang accountant.
accountant namin.
Kasi nga, medyo complicated siya.
That's right.
Okay, so part 4, of course, paano naman kayo mag-submit ng tax filing? Okay, so there are 2 very popular methods. Number 1, using certified tax softwares. So sinabi ko kanina, TurboTax, Wealth Simple Tax, H&R Block, and there are other tools na pwede nyong isubmit for tax filing. But then, for us, or the other method rather, is to use an accountant or certified accountant na
Kasi-
pwede mag-file ng tax nyo.
Kasi medyo complicated nga yung sa amin. So, hindi kami makapag-DIY on that term. Kasi, moving from Singapore to Canada, Vancouver, and then Vancouver, move kami from BC to Alberta. So, medyo complicated pa rin. Kaya, nag-hire talaga kami ng accountant para doon.
Yeah, para sure lang.
Para sure kami.
Yeah, para sure. Okay, so the don'ts, red flags to. Don't ever miss the deadline. Again, it's April 30th. Tax filing deadline. For businesses, it's June 15th. Okay? Another point is don't overlook income. So kahit na yung mga side hustles nyo apart from your main employment income,
Yeah.
please include it. Alam naman natin pag government, sensitive sila when it comes to tax matters.
Basta any pumapasok na pera sa inyo,
At
just,
may,
yeah,
at may slip yon, basta, i-declare nyo.
just
please.
declared it. Yeah.
Okay? And don't claim false deductions. So, I don't know an example of false deduction, pero baka may ilagay kayo doon na hindi naman talaga deduction, pero sinasabi
Naglagay
niyo
kayo.
deduction, please wag niyong gawin. Kaya, sometimes talaga, it's required na mag-consult talaga sa mga accountants, mga certified na nagfa-file talaga ng mga taxes. Kasi this is one thing that we need to avoid.
Very critical yan. Yeah.
Okay? And then, number 4, pag na-file nyo na ang tax at may mga correspondence coming from CRA, might be some questions or some follow-up documents, please respond promptly.
Yeah.
Kasi kailangan nila yun. Okay, let's go to part 2, which is the step-by-step guide on filing taxes. So step 1, gather all your documents. So pag na-gather nyo na ang T4, T5, RRSP contributions, TFSA contributions, your receipts and all the deductions, meron na kayo, ready na lahat. Let's go to step 2, which is to identify kung paano kayo magfa-file ng tax. So there are 2 very popular. Number 1 is using software, yung mga approved ng CRA like TurboTax or Wealth Simple Tax. So pwedeng yon. Another one is yung option namin ni Donna, which is hire an accountant, certified accountant na yun yung magfa-file ng tax ninyo.
Yeah.
Create your or log in to your CRA account. So, kung bago kayo at wala pa kayong CRA account, mag-create na kayo.
Yes.
Kasi kailangan nyo talaga.
Uh-huh.
Walang ibang way. Kung hindi, kailangan nyo mag-create ng CRA account.
Yeah.
Okay? And then, kung of course nakapag-file na kayo before, so review nyo lang, login lang kayo sa CRA account nyo, review nyo.
Magre-reflect, diba?
And then, kung may hinire naman kayo na accountant, magre-reflect din actually doon sa CRA account nyo. Kasi kailangan yung bigyan sila ng access to file on behalf of you.
Yep, that's right.
So, yun yung magiging mangyayari. Okay, and then step 4 is enter your income and deductions. So, if it's very clear to you kung ano yung mga income nyo, kung ano yung mga expenses nyo, kung ano yung mga deductions na kailangan, do it.
Yeah.
And be accurate as possible.
Yep.
Para hindi kayo masilip and to avoid na rin any audits by the CRA. Kasi once na nagkakamali ka kasi, baka mag-reflect dun sa system nila, uy, bakit ito may deduction, di naman valid, and stuff like that. So, iwasan natin yun. To avoid that, you need to be very clear on the items that you would like to add inside of your tax filing. Or you want to include, rather, in your tax filing. Then step 5, of course, review. Review everything else. Every items that you've added. Tama ba siya? Accurate, based on the amount that you have. And then click submit.
Yeah.
Okay? So you click this again before April 30th.
Yeah.
Please mag-submit kayo before that to avoid any penalties at mga complications.
And as far as I know, after your submission, mga 1 week, may result na.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's either meron kayong,
Refund?
let's go to part 3. Magkano ang mari-refund na ine-expect nyo?
Yeah.
Or mag-o-owing ba kayo sa government? So, depende dun sa mga in-input nyo as an income, expense, then deductions or credits, mako-compute nila yon, and then it will end up, or you'll end up to be having a refund or owing, magbabayad.
Yeah.
So usually naman, nakalagay naman dito sa article, usually the average refunds for a single individual is around 1,000 to 2,000.
Yeah.
So you see, usually daw may refund.
Yeah.
Pero yung madami din tayong kakilalang nag-owing. But then, for single individual, 1,000 to 2,000. For couples with kids, usually it's 2,000 to 4,000. Parang hindi pa natin ito
Hindi ba?
na-experience.
Oo nga.
2,000 to 4,000 Papalagi kasi lagi ng sweldo lang. Anyway, for students, 500 to 1,500 because of the tuition fee credits. So again, if you're an international student, you can claim that tuition. Okay? So include nyo yun. Malaking bagay yan. And that's it.
That's
Alba
it.
fam. Yep, ganun lang kasimple. So basta, ang number one rule lang naman dyan ay i-gather nyo yung mga documents. Pag meron na kayo lahat-lahat, be truthful pag sasubmit kayo through software. Or syempre kung nag-hire kayo ng accountant, just be truthful about it. Basta include nyo kung ano yung mga tingin yung expense, income, deductions, credits, and whatsoever para mag-conclude kayo dun sa final na amount na whether magre-refund ba kayo or
may
mag-owing kayo. That's it. And see you later, guys. Susunduin na namin sina Davon and Lianica in a while. And then that's about it for our day.
Just sharing our experience on tax filing. At least meron kayong natutunan kahit papano.
Yeah. Okay, excited na kami ni Donna. So susundo na tayo ng mga kids. Okay. Right, let's go and sundo the kids. As you can see, super sunny na. Or super sunny pa din.
Sign of, magsa-summer.
Yeah.
Kasi longer na ang...
Yeah, spring na talaga. And then, maya-maya, sunny, summer. Maya-maya, fall. Maya-maya, pagdurusa ulit. Okay, so sundo na tayo sa mga kids. Biniplipan na nga ako ni mommy kasi parang may tinatapos pa ako sa work. So we need to go. And dito na ang mga kiddos.
The shoes. Left and right.
I do it good.
Baliktad yung sapatos ni Lian. Tingin daw ako. Tingin ako ng shoes. Baliktad! Hey fam, dito na kami sa bahay. Ayan.
Enjoy ang weather.
Yeah, ina-enjoy namin ang weather. Kasi medyo sunny na eh. Yan oh. Dito lang sa courtyard. Babantayan ko lang ang aking mga anak here. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And also follow us and like us on our Facebook page, Alba Fambam. The same username or handle name. So see you on the next vlog. God bless and take care. And maayong buntag again and maayong gabi sa inyong tanan. Hang loose!